What up, Ranger fans? It's your favorite Animal Cross Island resident, aka Jesse, aka the Golden Green Ranger. Why? Because I'm basic and I love both Jason and Tommy. Gold and green. Gold and green, baby. Now, let's talk today about a theory. That's why you came here, okay? You didn't come for my quick wit. You came here for a theory. And a theory I have for you, probably one we've all been pondering. So let's just get right into it. Why did Zordon of Eltar pick children, aka teenagers, to be the Power Rangers? Ooh, that's a deep one. Now, we've all seen online this whole theory that technically Power Rangers is a child army. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to get into the whys. You see, the Boom comics alluded a little bit to this. See, Zordon had a team before the Mighty Morphin. They were all made up of adults. The issue is, they didn't follow orders, and when combating Psycho Green, it ended up getting most of the team killed. So, Zordon removed the powers and decided to go a new route. But why teenagers? Well, there might actually be a logical reason, and it has to do with brain development. I hear what you're saying. Brain development? What are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. You see, at a certain point in my life, I went to school for counseling. And in doing so, we studied the brain a lot. And one of the interesting things I found out about the brain is it never stops developing. But more than that, from puberty to age 25, crazy development happens. You see, our brain frontal lobe gets completely developed at the age of 25. Our frontal lobe. Our logical, rational part of our brain. So I hear you saying, why wouldn't he want somebody using his rational part of his brain? Well, let's think about teenagers. Headstrong, reckless, no fear of consequence, and no accountability for where their actions can go. Almost as if you need a team of 5, dare I say it's 6 eventually, that would run headfirst in battle without thinking. You see, the minute we start thinking logical, that's when we hesitate. That's when we don't do that move that might save the day. The Power Rangers were always known for facing adversity, not worrying about their well-being, going headfirst in. Almost like a teenager speeding down the highway with no sense of consequences attached to his actions. But I hear you saying, well, that just means Zordon. Why would you do that? Well, at the end of the day, he wants to save the world the most efficient way he can. And in doing so, he knows teenagers can get the job done. Weird, but logical. Now, you see, picking the Power Rangers the way he did, he knew that these teenagers had good hearts, so overall they would make the right decisions, but they also wouldn't hesitate to do what must be done. This reminds me of a scene in Endgame. Spoiler warning. You see, Doctor Strange refused to tell Tony Stark how they won. And if you really think about it, he did that because he didn't want Tony to hesitate on what needed to be done, sacrificing his life. Had he had told Tony, Tony might have hesitated just 5 seconds before snapping, thinking about his wife, thinking about his daughter, giving Thanos the opportunity to grab them stones back. Now let's put a teenager in that situation. He's going to do what comes in the moment. That caveman part of his brain is going to kick in, and he's going to have an emotional response. Need more proof? Think about it this way. I often talk about when Tommy came in to the Megazord. First thing he did is slap Trini. I don't know what she did. Threw all the Rangers out. After smacking them around, Jason came charging at him still. He didn't hesitate. He didn't worry about his well-being. He wanted the job done, so he came running at him. Granted, it got his gun thrown right back into his chest, but that's what he did. So he took teenagers with overall good hearts, but irrational human beings. But there might be another reason why. And this one might shock you. You see, this goes back to our caveman days as well. From puberty to about age 25, our body's coming physically fit. Probably the most physically fit we're ever going to be. Take it from somebody in their 30s. After the age of 25, and especially 30, everything just starts hurting, and it only gets worse every year after. But when you're at this age where your body's completely developing, growing constantly, you're physically stronger, you're physically quicker, and you're making quicker decisions based off of emotion. So hear me out. Zordon knew that he needed individuals that were going to make quick decisions, not hesitate, and were physically fit to be Power Rangers. In doing so, he picked 5 teenagers with attitude. And that's it. That's a tough one to get over. I know. I'll give you guys time to process this. Anyway, if you like what you heard, go on and give me a high five. And then subscribe. And like. And share. Because, let's be honest, this last video I did, what? Man, you guys came out in droves, and it made me feel good. Even got some subscribers from it. So, my voice even cracked. I was so excited. Listen, I'm glad you guys are responding to the videos because I'm enjoying making them. It's a lot of work, and it's a learning experience. But I'm glad you're liking them just as much as I'm liking and enjoying making them. So, if you guys have any suggestions for the next video you want to hear, go ahead and sound off in those comments. And if not, hey, I'll see you next Saturday with another wonderful theory. And, as always, drum roll. Oh, I still don't have sound effects. Oh well. May the power protect you.